everyone. Thanks for waiting around. The time is now 7:42 p.m. and we are in open session for our regular action meeting. I'd like to ask everyone to rise and participate in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. At this time, we will open the public hearing on the Lyons Township High School District 204 fiscal year 23 amended budget. Seeing as there are no comments for the public hearing, I will close the public hearing now. Next up, we have public participation, and tonight, because we have a lot of action items, we will listen to all public comments first. So, anyway, I will read a statement real quickly. Thank you for joining us tonight at this meeting. We appreciate community participation, but please understand the board does not engage in dialogue or discussion. If there is a specific question or comment that requires follow-up, the appropriate administrator will respond at a later time. Pursuant to board policies 2230 and 830, individuals addressing the board are expected to conduct themselves with respect and civility. In the interest of time, please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Thank you for cooperating with us to make this evening's meeting efficient and productive. Marilyn, if you can call speakers.
Mr. Skokna?
Hello, good evening. Thank you for letting me. I grew up in LaGrange on Stone Avenue, close by. Graduated in '81 and alumni. And have a company in Oak Brook with my twin brother. I'm an identical twin brother. And we do a lot of lighting for schools all over the state. And this happens to be a big beast, sucks up a lot of energy. You have this in your facility at South Campus. 85 of these, just taking up a lot of energy. We also work with ComEd. They have a beautiful energy efficient program. I guess the reason I'm here tonight is I'm excited about this energy efficient program through ComEd to help schools get green. Right now we're working at a little school, St. John of the Cross. It's in Western Springs. They have 1,000 fixtures. ComEd gave them 125,000. All they spent is 22,000 to put all new lighting in their school, St. John, a little private school. I've been trying for the last 4 years to go to the field house, because every time I walk in the field house, my kids do sports, and my daughter and her husband, they live in LaGrange. I need to see these big metal halides, in your South Campus gym. These things are you're just bleeding with the amount of energy they take. So I ran the numbers through ComEd. The school district, your school, would get over $62,000. All you're going to spend is $9,000 to do the whole gymnasium. State-of-the-art LED, dimmable sensors, state-of-the-art. They're incredible. We did Argo High School. We did Evanston High School. We've done schools all over. And it's a great program. But it's like, I don't know, the people I speak to, they seem very interested. The facility people, they seemed interested, but maybe their hands are tied. I did receive a letter from the business manager, and he said, yeah, we're interested, but we have to wait maybe year 24. Just so you know, in 5 years, the school would save $100,000, $102,000 in 5 years if you did this switch over, okay? Remember, you're getting $62,000, ComEd pays us directly. All you're paying is $8,000, but you're saving $102,000 in 5 years. In 10 years, you're saving $204,000 just by doing your one gym, South Campus, where you're bleeding there. And I guess the reason I'm here is because I'm very passionate about trying to go green, but also save you money, save you a lot of money. Not to mention the safety, just so much better light quality with LED. 6 or 7 years ago, you guys did some good improvements. We did your swimming pool, and we did the field house at North Campus. And they did a little bit of other stuff on the outside, but not much. I'm just looking around. My wife always says, why are you looking at lights? And I said, well, I'm not looking at women, I'm looking at lights. Right here, you're using 100 watts. And
Mr.
you can get down to
Stokna?
22 watts.
We do have a 3-minute limit.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening to me, and I hope someone could get back to me. It would be great. It'd be great for your district. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next comment was submitted to be read. It's from Joan Metz. I'm writing to share my enthusiastic support for the Lyons Township School Board, and I congratulate newly elected member Tim Albors, as well as returning board members Jill Beta Daniels and Carrie Dillon on their election wins. I also want to acknowledge the work and dedication of retiring member Allison Kelly for her service. The results of the recent election are gratifying, showing that the community is supportive of the work you are doing. Our school board is lucky to have such a wealth of talent in all of our members. I firmly believe that we are stronger when we come together, and I look forward to the board moving forward while working towards common goals that benefit all LTHS students, ensuring that every student in our district has access to a high-quality education that prepares them for success. This includes creating an inclusive and welcoming learning environment for all students, hiring a diverse staff to represent and relate to the student body, training that staff to provide an equitable education to all their students, and having open, respectful, and culturally aware conversations which celebrate diversity. As a former member of the LTCAC, parent to 4 proud LTHS alumni, and an active community member, I want to thank each of you for the work you do. Serving the community as a volunteer in any capacity can be a lot of work, and it is often a thankless job, but I'm grateful for the work you do. I am often unable to attend your meetings, but you have my support nonetheless. While there is always work to do and progress to be made, I look forward to more of the respectful and thoughtful collaboration and teamwork that I've come to appreciate from your board. Thank you, Joan Metz. And that concludes the public comments.
Next up, we have LTA President Andrew Johannes.
Good evening, everyone. It's hard to believe, but we are in the final 6 weeks of the school year. It will be a mad dash to the end of the semester. We just wrapped up SAT testing, and now teachers are preparing students for the upcoming AP test that will begin in May. Teachers are ensuring that all the essential material is being covered and preparing engaging lessons for students. Although we enjoyed the beautiful weather, teachers are secretly happy that the weather is a little colder, as it helps keep the students a bit more focused. Who could blame the students for being a little distracted when the weather's 80 degrees and sunny, especially after being cooped up all winter? A few items I'd like to share with you this month. I'm happy to report that the faculty voted to approve the tentative agreement. I would like to thank everyone involved in the negotiations. My understanding is that they were productive and collaborative. Both parties were focused on a positive dialogue and making decisions that are best for students. This is a testament to Dr. Waterman's leadership in fostering a collaborative environment at LTHS. The teachers appreciate the support of the board in offering summer workshops. These are great opportunities for teaching teams to fine-tune their courses and prepare for upcoming school year. Thanks to Mr. Eckerding for organizing and coordinating the different options for summer workshops. Family and Consumer Science teacher Dawn Stillis will be visited by Chris Ty of CBS News on Tuesday, tomorrow, for a spotlight on the teaching internship program she coordinates. The program will interview Dawn and take footage of students who get hands-on experience with teaching children in the Little Lions program. This is a wonderful opportunity for students, and we are happy that Dawn is being recognized for her amazing work. Congratulations to Emily Fellman, Will Meyer, Lawrence Keller, and Pat Callahan. These 4 were honored by the Illinois Directors of Student Activities for their work with students including French Club, Recycling Club, Theater, and Save Promise Club. On top of their great teaching, they provide meaningful extracurricular opportunities for students. I'd like to recognize Christine Zeman for all of her work coordinating a successful administration of the SAT and PSAT at both campuses. It is a huge undertaking, and she and her staff, Lori Allison and David Banda, did a great job. I would also like to thank all of the teachers, paraeducators, and all their staff members for their assistance in proctoring and ensuring that the testing environment was ideal for student success. The teachers would like to say congratulations to Matthew, the student representative to the board. You have done an outstanding job at the board this year by keeping everyone informed of all the amazing things our students accomplished throughout the year. We wish you the best of luck next year and look forward to hearing about all the great things you do. Finally, I would like to thank Allison Kelly for her service to LT. The faculty are truly grateful for your invaluable contributions to LT. We will miss you and your warm smile. There is no bigger fan of LT than Allison, and that the love of LT has translated into important decision-making that has made LT a better place for students. We appreciate all that you have done for the students at LT, and we will miss you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you, that's awesome. Good news, thank you, everyone. Next up, we have the student representative to the board, Mr. Matthew Walsh. This is your last one for us.
Oh, very sad. I know.
It's getting, yeah,
Thank you, President Dillon.
it's amazing for you. Yeah,
All right. Without further ado,
take it away.
with international trips, national awards, and facility updates, there's a lot to celebrate in the student body this month. As seniors are beginning to get ready for their final AP tests, prom, and graduation, the juniors and underclassmen are selecting their classes and applying for activity positions for the 2023 to 24 school year. Starting off with athletics. A variety of LT athletes were highlighted this month for their achievements this year, such as Matthew Adler for boys gymnastics, Will Glimko for lacrosse, and Aggie Driscoll for badminton. The athlete of the week is Brendan Welton for his accomplishments in boys water polo. Brendan is the leading scorer for water polo team and uses his athletic ability to create opportunities for himself and his teammates. He's a leader for his teammates and a role model for the underclassmen. Congrats, Brendan. April 12th was spring signing day. 11 LT athletes signed letters of intent to play their respective sports at the collegiate level. These students will be continuing to show their talents in football, track, lacrosse, volleyball, and bowling. Congratulations to all of them. Girls water polo has had a tremendous season so far, with a massive win against New Trier on March 21st. The brand new scoreboard is up and running at the South Campus pool, which the water polo teams have been enjoying very much. LT baseball started its season last month. They've already had huge wins against Glenbard West, the Morden Mustangs, and Lincoln Way Central. At their most recent game, they beat Addison Trail 12-1. LT girls soccer is continuing to show its tradition of excellence, with the JV team beating Bennett on April 11th. Additionally, the varsity team became tournament champs with their 4-1 win against Evanston 2 days ago. Next, moving on to activities. Clubs such as PSI, Ultimate Frisbee, and esports continue to have meetings this week. Congratulations to our very own Catherine Sommerfeld for being part of the 2023 IHSA All-State Academic Team. Only 26 other students in the state were chosen, so this is a huge accomplishment. From the words of the executive director, Craig Anderson, these students are the embodiment of what it means to take advantage of the entire high school experience, so congratulations to her. The LT Steppers are continuing to have an incredible performance and have qualified for nationals. The LT chess team performed wonderfully at the U.S. High School Chess Championships, with the under 1900 rated team finishing 9th and the unrated team finishing 5th in many more awards. The Lyons newspaper was acknowledged for its excellence at the NISPA Awards. Multiple staffers won both individual and group awards, so congratulations to everyone involved in that. Over spring break, LT students traveled all over the world with their classmates for their respective activities. Here are just a few of the highlights. The LT Choir visited New York. There they met with a clinician from NYU and sang with the Harlem Gospel Choir. The LT Orchestra also visited New York. They got to visit Carnegie Hall and even enjoyed watching a Broadway show. Latin Club got the chance to visit Italy and Greece. They enjoyed the food very much and got to visit places such as the Vatican, the Colosseum, and other ancient ruins. And the LT German Club had a blast in Germany. They even got to visit a presentation. They got to give a presentation at a school in German. Juniors and the underclassmen took the mandatory SAT and PSAT on Wednesday, April 8th. Now, many students enrolled in AP courses are preparing for their respective AP tests, which will take place in early May. The seniors are getting ready for their many activities and festivities coming up, such as baccalaureate on May 14th and prom on May 18th. And there are also tons of concerts and performances coming up this month. South Campus Choir had a performance last Thursday, and the North Campus Choirs are preparing for their concert, taking place tomorrow at the Reber Center. Orchestra also has one of their final performances of the year this Thursday, April 20th, at the Reber Center. The theater board has been very hard at work with their performances of Tens by Teens. In this show, the plays were directed and written by LT students, and the performances started on April 20th and at the South Campus PAC. The Rhythmic Dance Company has been hard at work preparing for its show, and the talent is absolutely outstanding. The show will take place in the Reaper Center from May 4th to May 6th. And lastly, the Spring Art Show begins this Thursday, April 20th. This gallery displays artwork that was created by our very own LT students and can be seen in the Vita Plena Room at South Campus. Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Appreciate it. That's amazing. This time of year is always so like crazy, hectic, and really fast, and I think I'm only going to re-emphasize that PSA to be able to tell everybody to take advantage of the plays, the art shows, the choir performances, any of the sports activities, because before we know it, it's going to be summer and it'll be like a dry spell. But here's this like amazing, valuable resource of art and talent and intelligence with our student body. So this is the time to really make that effort. So thank you for reporting on all that. We are definitely going to miss you next year.
I'll miss you all too.
Guess I will turn that over now to you,
Yeah.
Dr. Waterman, with your superintendent's report
I
to
get the
follow
chance
up.
to start with a very good celebration to start, and that's celebrating Matthew. So, Matt, thanks so much for not only tonight's report, but an entire year's worth of board reports. It was about a year ago that you participated in the interview process for this position, and I think anyone on that committee knew right away that you had the enthusiasm, the dedication, and the commitment to do this at a very high level. And whether it was in a small gathering like this or in front of 300 people in Reber, you were giving reports that really talked about the celebrations and the successes here at LT. And so we can't thank you enough for a year worth of speaking on behalf of all 4,000 students here at the board table. So thank you. And I would, at that point, like to open it up for any other board member that would like to.
I would love to say thank you. It's always my favorite, no offense, but it's definitely my favorite part of the board meetings. I really appreciate that you cover the full gamut of what the students are up to, and you really get us excited about the student life going on. So appreciate it. You have done such an amazing and had an incredible 4 years. I see you in so many different areas of LT, and you've done LT proud. Rock on.
Yeah, Matthew, the same. We wish you nothing but the best. We hope you'll come back and visit us. You are, and you keeping us connected with the students and what we are about, LT, that's the reason we're all sitting here. So that's so important for us, and thank you for keeping us connected, keeping us student-centered with all of the reports on everything that is so outstanding that goes on here at LTHS.
Just to piggyback on all of that, you really are the best that LT has to offer. So thank you. Having kids behind you in the high school that look up to you, you really do show our students all the different ways that you can make an impact and a difference in the community. And I know you're going to do great things at Berkeley.
Thank you. Thank you.
Want to share what your post-secondary plans are?
Yes, I'm going to Berkeley College of Music in Boston next year. I'm very excited. I'll be doing music business there, so I'm very excited, and of course I will come back and visit.
Please do.
Yes, too.
But really, this has been such an honor filling the position of student rep, and I've really enjoyed highlighting the amazing students that we have here at LT. I mean, I've learned so much from this experience that I will take on to college with me and in the future, and I just thank you all for welcoming me so much, and I'm really gonna miss you all a lot. So thank you for everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew. All right, we get a chance to honor you now. But before we do that, I want to recognize Matthew's mom, who's right over there in the front row, Kathy. Thank you for
Thank
allowing
you.
us to spend time with Matthew
And late nights,
all the time.
Yeah. All right.
This is a little gift on behalf.
Yay!
A little gift on behalf of the board.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for
Good luck. You know you're going to do great things. Can't wait to see where you land.
Awesome.
Carrie, Brian, Matthew, why don't you all look over here?
I'll put this down for a second.
Congrats, Matt.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Matthew.
All right.
You got it? Yes. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you.
That is just another reminder that the end of the year is coming very fast, right? So just a couple other things to highlight. Last week, LT completed a pretty significant week as we administered 3,000 assessments. Our juniors took the SAT and our freshmen and sophomores took the practice SAT. Assessment at the high school level is such a lightning rod. We don't ever want to have an education system where students are based solely on a test score. But we do want to recognize the importance of this in terms of post-secondary opportunities that it provides, or that it can provide, and also the data that it provides schools when we measure progress and student achievement. So really balancing those two areas are really important when we look at the assessment our students take. And of course, administering 3,000 assessments in 1 week takes a lot of work. And as Andrew mentioned earlier, I want to thank Christine Zeman and her staff in the testing office, plus really all LT staff. If you proctored an exam, if you monitored a hallway, if you packed up a box, if you checked in a student, if you prepared a room or cleaned a room with the right number of desks, really anything else necessary to pull this off was pretty monumental. So thanks to everyone who helped out with testing last week here at LT. And then later tonight, President Dillon is going to read the Senior Honors Declaration, which really signals that the end of the year is coming pretty fast. And our class of 2023 will soon celebrate with a baccalaureate, senior awards recognition, prom, commencement, and all of the other celebrations that mark the end of high school. And so all the details about the upcoming events can be found at www.lths.net/seniors. And we're looking forward to celebrating the amazing class of 2023 here over the next several weeks. And then I'll end with the monthly FOIA report. The district has received 9 FOIA requests since the March meeting, and all of those are included as itemized lists within your personal board packet here this evening. That concludes my superintendent report.
Well, thank you, Dr. Waterman. Okay, great. Thanks again, Matthew. Just wishing you the best. Next up, we have unfinished business action items. The first up there, and the only, is Summer 2023 Workshop Proposals. It's a second reading. Scott Eggerding.
Dylan, I am glad to present for the last time the summer curriculum proposals, summer workshops.
Fourth time, right?
Yep, right. Second time to board meeting. It is a second reading, and there are no changes from the committee. Ultimately, this is our opportunity to take what we've learned this year, build for next year, and as is somewhat unique, bring on new groups of co-teaching teachers, bring in, give our teachers who've been working on curriculum review for the whole year the opportunity to finalize their process. And as we embark on a much larger EL bilingual program, getting that all ready to go, in addition to lots of other workshops. So again, we've all been sort of balancing our calendars and trying not to be on top of everybody, and so that as many teachers can attend those workshops as possible. And again, our goal to complete all of this work before the end of June. So unless there are any questions, I would like to request that the board approve the proposals for the summer of 2023, including grant-funded and district-funded workshops.
Read this at length, the committee as a whole. Thoughtful, looking forward to seeing how the attendance plays out for our summer workshops, but I think it'll be great this year. Good. Thank you. No questions? Can we have a motion then to approve the summer 2023 workshop proposals as presented? Marilyn, can you call the roll, please?
Member Albert?
Yes.
Member Vita Daniels?
Yes.
Member Gretsch?
Yes.
Member Kelly?
Yes.
Member Swinehart?
Yes.
Member Thomas?
Yes.
Member Dillon?
Yes. Next up, under new business action items, our first new business action item is the notice to remedy for Catherine Karubas. Ed Pietrowski. Okay. All right. Is there a motion then to approve the notice to remedy recommendation as presented?
Moved. Second.
Marilyn, can you call the roll, please?
Member Vita Daniels?
Yes.
Member Gretsch?
Yes.
Member Kelly?
Yes.
Member Swinehart?
Yes.
Member Thomas?
No.
Member Aubert?
Yes.
Member Dillon?
Yes. Our next agenda item is the Class of 2023 Senior Honors Day Declaration. And as Dr. Waterman pointed out, I am pleased to read the declaration for the Lyons Township High School District 204 Senior Honors Day Class of 2023. Whereas Lyons Township High School District 204 places great importance on the academic achievement and co-curricular involvement of its students throughout their 4 years of high school, and whereas the senior students in the class of 2023 are required to successfully meet the academic standards and expectations of Lyons Township High School District 204 and earn no less than 23 Carnegie units of credit in order to receive a high school diploma, and whereas the senior students in the class of 2023 have distinguished themselves in activities, athletics, and scholarship throughout their 4 years of high school. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education of Lyons Township High School District 204, Cook County, State of Illinois, proudly acknowledges these outstanding students for their commitment, integrity, scholarship, and contributions to the school's traditions, and declares Thursday, May 25th, 2023, as Senior Honors Day, so that the Lyons Township High School community may so honor the class of 2023 individually and collectively. I think that deserves
I'm gonna say it's like my favorite
favorite time of
night
year.
or
Yes.
day
You can say
of
it,
the
yes.
year, because I feel like it's such an incredible display of honoring such outstanding students, and it's so exciting that they're getting honored, they're getting money, they're getting awards. It's really exciting, so it's awesome.
moving on. Yep. Great. Okay, next up, we have the first reading of the additional textbook change requests. Back to you, Scott Aggerty.
Dylan, we are bringing forward quite a few additional textbook requests, and as I mentioned when we looked at the first round in January and February, our teams going through the curriculum review really wanted to make some changes, and so that's really the bulk of the number of books. And as you can see, in particular with freshman year, the goal has been to really listen to our students. Our students have asked for more engagement, they've asked for more choice, and that's essentially what you see in front of you for the freshman courses in particular. You'll also see some changes from Romeo and Juliet to Othello, and just really rethinking how are we making sure that everyone is represented in our curriculum. We're also recommending a significant change to our EL program in a number of ways, and then also in the textbook area, and that's to use a new program called iLit ELL, which can tailor the reading selections to every student's individual needs. It's a combination of readers at different reading levels that are hardback, or at least paperbacks, as well as online resources and video and other things that they can do to help improve their learning of English. So that's something that Brian Stashak and I expect to use some of our state funding for, that's earmarked for EL students. So it is in here as a fee in particular that would be charged to the students for the consumables, but we expect that to be covered by the state funds. We also have some new courses with texts. Our medical terminology course is in here, and then a couple other changes like AP government. All the books were on display behind me, so if you're so interested, you're more than welcome to peruse them. The rationale and everything, all the paperwork is also with them, so if you want to take a look at that, anyone in the community is welcome to do that. We leave them on display for a full month, and at the next board meeting, I would then ask for your approval of those books and would share any response we got from the community. So without any other additional information on my end, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have, and as this is a first reading, there's no action today.
So I appreciate all the new additions and changes coming out of the English curriculum review. What about the other courses, freshman courses for curriculum review? Do you anticipate additional materials coming forward before the end of the year?
No. no, this is it. We had lengthy discussion with math, and that led to really a discussion of how we're going to continue with the curriculum review in math. So Algebra 1, as we do it in order, we do Algebra 1, then Geometry, then Algebra 2. But Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 really felt they should be on the same page if we're looking for a new book. And so we're going to do Algebra 2 next year in the second year of the review, and they will be looking to see about changing a textbook there. Our biology has not been using a textbook. They're storyline based and using other support materials. They don't wish to make a change there. PE hasn't really had a book. And world history has also been using, they have a book that is a reference, but it's not where they do the majority of their work. So they do a lot of supplemental through Canvas and other areas. So we don't see a need for a book there. So it really, English was the big change. And again, a lot of it was rather than having every student read the same book in every unit, picking in everything but prep level, one unit where students have a series of books to choose from, and for the prep level, 2 units where they can do that. And really making focus in particular with our co-teaching that you have a wide range of reading ability that fit the themes. So it's a great collection of books, and it even included a couple recommendations from some of our 8th grade partner teachers. So.
Just curiosity, I mean, I appreciate the choice, and it's so important. So I get that. How does that work, though, with, will all the students be expected to these are going to be classroom sets?
Well, what'll happen is the teachers will preview the books, the students will just select their books, and then the bookstore will order the books, and then they will get the books.
So they're
So they'll pay a
selecting.
$15 flat fee, and then based on that, they can order whatever they want from that group, and that would
Right.
be ordered and be here in time. It's worked well with some of our other classes, so.
Choice in those options is really critical. It's awesome. Okay, so we'll see this next month. Awesome, thank you. Next up, we have the fiscal year 2023 amended budget. Brian Stechek.
Thank you, President Dillon. We've been talking about this since February, as you know, and so tonight we are going to ask the board to vote on this amended budget for the current school year, the 2022-23 school year, and the FY23 fiscal year budget. And so what has changed since the last time we talked about this 2 weeks ago is that I have added more CPPRT because we did receive our payment for the month of April. And so you may recall back when we first put this budget together, we started off with $7,750,000 as our budgeted number for CPPRT. Again, that's corporate personal property replacement taxes. This current amended budget now has $10 million in there, and I think that's a good number. I still think we could be higher than that, but we're expecting one more payment in the month of June. And so we're right around $9 million right now, so we have another $1 million budgeted for that payment in June. What I can tell you about that number is, and I apologize, I'm a little bit of a cold. While we are seeing numbers, the last 2 payments, both March and April, are smaller than what we saw last year. Now, not significant. I shouldn't say over historical norms, they're actually much higher than what they've been. Yet, in March and April of last year, we saw almost $3.4 million worth of payments. In this year, we have $2.2 million. So those numbers are coming down a little bit. I don't know where to expect that going forward, but we'll have to keep an eye on that as we go. Again, typically the Illinois Department of Revenue puts out a projection for us in late August, and so we'll have to continue to monitor those numbers as we go forward as well. So again, a total of $2,250,000 has been added to that line item. And then I did add back in some expense, as I was noticing some of our out-of-district expenses are running higher than what we had originally anticipated. So I added back in about $770,000 worth of additional expense. And so the net result of all of these changes that I've made is that we are at essentially if we go back to the original budget, we talked about a $3.4 million use of surplus. Right now, we are down to about $800,000. And depending on where we go with that final corporate personal property replacement tax payment, that could be erased, it could be smaller. I don't know yet, but it's something we'll have to wait and see in the month of June. Other than that, there are no other changes than what I have outlined on pages, I believe, 81 and 82 in the executive summary. And then on page 83, you have sort of a breakdown of each one of those areas where we're anticipating the revenues and where we're anticipating the expenses by the object code as well. That being said, as I talked about, we've been through this a number of times. And again, what really kind of, encouraged us to go ahead and make this was that we did see some of those reductions in the costs for our summer construction projects when we initially bid those to what we are anticipating for this coming summer. They were certainly better than what we had originally anticipated, but didn't have those until after the budget was originally adopted in September. That being said, be happy to answer any questions for anybody.
This spring, you've been full of good news for us.
Yeah.
And you just continue with the good news.
Yeah, and again, I don't know how long this wave of the CPPRT lasts. I don't. I've been in contact with my peers at other districts, and we have all had that. Look, we're all happy at the current time that those dollars are coming in the way they are. But we also know that everybody is way above their historic norms. Now, does this set a new historic norm in the future? Does it come down and then it kind of levels off? Or do we see some, returns to some of those historic norms? A lot of it depends on, matter of fact, most of it depends on what the economy does going forward. And so it'll be interesting to see where that number takes us. But again, for the moment, we'll take it.
Well, I love this new historic norm for the format. So it's great news right now, and we understand that it could be, changing in August or what have you. But does this mean, I know we're voting for the amended budget. If we get that extra million, are we doing this again, or?
No, we're not going to do it again. We won't have an opportunity because we have to have at least, we'd have to go back and adopt a tentative budget again, and then a final, and you have to have 30 days in between in order to do that. And so we won't have that final payment until June sometime, so there won't be an opportunity to do it. All that'll end up happening is we will report it on our financial statements as a surplus in that individual line item.
Right, okay.
Anybody else?
Brian, can you, just a quick question.
Sure, Julie.
The increase of $470,000 for the out-of-district related student expenses, is that, that's not a topic that we tend to see, or that I can recall that we've seen a lot of variability in. Is there anything that you can point, is this a big, one question, I don't know what the denominator is. Is this like a 1% change or like a 50% change from the original budget? And you might not have that handy, but is any context to add on why that and some of the other expenses were up? Because again, not to rain on the good news parade. A lot of good news. I was just kind of curious about some of the smaller items going in the other direction.
Yes, so it all depends on student population, essentially, is what it depends on. So from year to year, we have different students with different needs, and so as those take shape, that's how we develop this budget. When we were looking at, when you talked about that volatility in there, we historically, also, this is a number that historically prior to 2 years ago, we were usually about $3.6 to $3.7 million. And then we kind of dropped off to about $3.1, $3.2 million. And now this year, we're seeing it, again, climb back up to somewhat of that more historic norm. And again, it just simply has to do with where we are with different student populations, different student needs, and how we meet those. And so that's really what it comes down to.
Okay, great. Thank you for that.
Sure.
Okay, then. We have a motion to approve the fiscal year 23 amended budget as presented.
So moved.
Ellen, did you get that? Okay, great. Can you call the roll, please?
Member Gretsch?
Yes.
Member Kelly?
Yes.
Member Swinehart?
Yes.
Member Thomas?
Yes.
Member O'Bear?
Yes.
Member Vita Daniels?
Yes.
Member Dillon?
Yes, thank you. Our next item is the amended superintendent contract for Dr. Waterman, extended to 2028. The board has received the materials for the contract extension for Dr. Brian Waterman, and this includes extending the contract timeframe and outlining the salary schedule for the years 2025 through 2028, with an annual increase of 3%, elimination of the travel stipend, and an increase from 2.5% to 5% for annuity. Upon the board superintendent review process, the board has determined that Dr. Waterman's evaluation has met the performance and improvement goals stated in his original contract. And therefore, the recommendation is to approve the amended contract tonight. I'm looking forward to doing this. Can we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Marilyn, can you call the roll, please?
Member Kelly?
Yes.
Member Swinehart?
Yes.
Member Thomas?
Yes.
Member O'Bear?
Yes.
Member Vita Daniels?
Yes.
Member Gretsch?
Yes.
Member Dillon?
Yes. Thank you. I just wanted to add a few words, Dr. Waterman. On behalf of the board, we wish you our warmest congratulations extending your contract as superintendent of Lyons Township High School District 204. Your commitment to excellence and tireless dedication to our students, teachers, and staff have not gone unnoticed. You have demonstrated strong leadership, exceptional management skills, and a genuine concern for the well-being of our school community. You are kind, humble, and passionate about serving our students. You came into this role during unprecedented times and challenging times, and helped us navigate through a pandemic. In just 2 short years, you've pushed forward equity and belonging efforts, developed the district's first ever comprehensive strategic plan, engaged community stakeholders, increased outreach opportunities, and been instrumental in expanding our student services, to name a few of your accomplishments. And there is no question you are committed to making sure that our students come first. We are proud of the work that you've done and are excited to continue our partnership with you. Your leadership has been instrumental in building a positive and supportive environment in our district, and we have no doubt that you will continue to lead us to even greater heights in the future. Thank you so much, and if anyone else would like to add anything.
Well, go ahead.
I think some
You
people
know I
do.
always
I think some people do, yes.
This contract is an indication of our confidence in you and you as the leader of this school and the leader of, and being student-focused in every move you make, and we have seen that over and over. And so, congratulations and a thank you.
Yeah. Agreed. I think it's, the last couple of years have been so challenging in so many ways. It's sometimes easy to get mired in some of those challenges and forget all the progress that we've made, that you've made. We heard Andrew Johannes speak about your leadership and collaboration, and this contract is evidence that I think that is felt and seen through the whole organization. And you've accomplished a lot in the last couple of years during those challenging times, and we're really looking forward to what the next several years brings and all the great stuff that will happen out of that for our community and for our students, most importantly.
I'll jump in there and just say I'm humbled. I want to thank the board for your support, placing confidence in me. Also, you know, this work all happens with our leadership team and our staff. And so by default, you're placing confidence in our leadership team and our staff as well. And really just in all the work that we do to support and educate students here in this community. And I feel very grateful to serve the LT community. Proud of what we've accomplished so far in this short time working together with so many great staff and board members and administrators and community members. But really, I'm even more excited about the work we have ahead. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Great. Next up, we have the negotiated agreement between the Board of Education of Lyons Township High School District 204 and the Lyons Township High School Education Association, 2023 to 2028. Dr. Waterman.
Thank you, President Dillon. So in early March, the Board of Education Negotiations Committee and the Lyons Township Education Association began negotiating a successor agreement that would extend the current contract in place for an additional 5 years, beginning this summer on July 1. Bargaining sessions were held on March 7th, March 8th, March 16th, and 23rd, and a tentative agreement was reached that includes a total increase of 14% on the base salary over the 5-year contract, This includes 4% in year 1, 3% increases each in years 2 and 3, 2% increases each in years 4 and 5. The agreement also, the tentative agreement also includes a 6% increase for summer academic program wages and includes no changes to the insurance contribution percentages. This tentative agreement supports Goal 3 of our strategic plan, which aims to attract, recruit, hire, mentor, support, and retain strong employees who reflect our LT community and who commit to our mission, vision, value, and core goals. I want to thank the members of the Board Negotiating Committee and the LTA leadership for their collaborative efforts in reaching this tentative agreement. And most importantly, and with much excitement, it's my recommendation that the board approve the proposed agreement as presented between the Board of Education and the LTEA.
Much. Can we have a motion to approve the negotiated agreement between the Board of Education of Lyons Township High School District 204 and the Lyons Township High School Education Association 2023-2028 as presented?
So moved.
Second. Oh. Jill can have it.
Okay.
I'll let her go.
Member Swinehart?
Yes.
Member Thomas?
Yes.
Member Aubert?
Yes.
Member Vita Daniels?
Yes.
Member Gretsch?
Yes.
Member Kelly?
Yes.
Member Dillon?
Yes, and I would just like to end that with, on behalf of the board, we'd like to recognize our teachers for their unwavering dedication to our students in providing equitable and outstanding education. And we are grateful for the hard work of the bargaining teams who worked to reach this agreement. Their efforts have resulted in a fair and reasonable contract that honors the important work that our teachers do every day. We believe that this agreement will have a positive impact on our students' learning experiences and help us to continue to provide high-quality education to each and every student at Lyons Township High School. Once again, thank you to our teachers who are at the core of what makes LT an amazing place to learn and grow. Thank you.
I'm sorry that I'm,
No, go ahead.
I'm
You
talking
should.
so much, but this is exciting
This is it,
stuff.
Let's do.
I was on the, part of the negotiation team, and I just want to say I believe that it was a very strong negotiation, but it was all founded in teamwork, and it was really an exciting view of the teachers and the administration and the board and everybody working together to do what was right for the students and being centered on that. I also saw it as a very strong commitment to our strategic plan and how we can walk the talk in this strategic plan. I think it was also a very strong indication that the teachers are so valued at this school, and we want to do what's right to keep the teachers engaged as much as possible. So it was also a huge testament and indication to our superintendent and to our principal. And you guys just have, you understand and know the spirit of this school and the staff and the teachers. So thank you all. That was a very, I just love to see the teamwork going on between all the different parties.
I can't add anything. Yeah, I mean, she covered everything.
Awesome.
Just privileged to work with the teachers and our administration.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Our final agenda then is an informational item, and it relates to our 2023 summer reading list, which we always look forward to every year. So back to you, Scott Aggerty.
I think the weather last week was the precursor to the summer reading list.
Yeah.
Now we can remember that and pick our books for the
that's
summer.
over.
No, that's over. So, yeah, with all the discussion of the last few weeks, you can go pick your summer reads and do that. This is always an exciting and fun list to share. Big group of teachers throughout the school get together and talk about books and books that students would be interested in, and pull together really a wide range of opportunities, really. What you have in the packet is a list of all the books that they chose. In the next few weeks, the students will have these shared with them. They're putting together little mini like book talks for all of them and things that you can find on the website. We'll be sharing it with the Barnes & Noble in Oak Brook, and they put together a table of all of our books, which is a lot of fun, so make sure you get out there in June and check that out. And really, it's an opportunity for our kids to do a little fun reading in the summer. So there are a lot of great options here. I recommend all of you to pick one as well and maybe read alongside with your student, or read something that they're not reading because they don't want you to read what they're reading, or maybe you're just not all that into the next series that happens to be started here. So, but in any case, there's a lot of options, nonfiction and fiction, and wide range of options. So just always exciting to share that. And again, this isn't something that if our kids don't do it, they lose points on the first day when they come back. It's really an opportunity to share in some summer reading, to read for pleasure and enjoyment. And it's totally okay to read on a Kindle if you really want to, or like my kids, read on your iPhone, which drives me crazy, but it works. You can make it work. So in any case, just informational item, but always glad to share it with the community, because that's really what it's all about.
Recommend to other people who are outside the district. I'm like, if you want to go look for something to read it on the website. Thank you, Scott. All right, that's awesome. So we've now reached the consent agenda portion of our meeting. Our consent agenda includes the following items: payment of bills and financial statements for LTHS and LADSI, human resource items for LTHS and LADSI, stipend committee recommendations, resolution of appointment of Dr. Waterman to DAOES Board of Directors for 2023-2024, review and approval of the meeting minutes, open and closed sessions, and overnight student travel request approvals. Can we have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second. Marilyn, can you call the roll, please?
Member Thomas?
Yes.
Member Aubert?
Yes.
Member Vita Daniels?
Yes.
Member Gretsch?
Yes.
Member Kelly?
Yes.
Member Swinehart?
Yes.
Member Dillon?
Yes. Thank you, everyone. This concludes our meeting for tonight. Thank you so much for so many exciting things, and best of wishes and best of luck to Matthew. With that, can I have a motion to adjourn tonight?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of the week. Good night.
Thank you.
Thanks, Julie.